So I saw over the weekend, I think it was, Mehdi Hassan going on this channel called Jubilee or something like that, and yeah, he faces off against let's call them what they think they are, the master race, but the biggest load of buffoons. Apparently, this geezer here was fired for his statements, and boy, some bad ones.
Clear on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
So you
it's
don't
the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you
I'm
believe
so glad they admit this.
in?
Autocracy.
Let's go, baby.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree, and
So you
that's part of
support
the problem.
Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I
Why
can't
did
even
you?
John Pork, that's a fake name.
remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but I'm
bit,
bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local
Who
leaders,
is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So
Well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
Oh, the guy applauded and just stopped.
I have quite.
some of the people
I
in this
have
room don't make the cut from what I can see
actually,
visually.
Actually, hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is
Who the traditional demographics of this country? 'Cause it's not you, pal. Your roots are in Europe.
majority white and
how-
should stay.
It's majority white. Like, no, the traditional demographics of that country would be Native Americans predominantly, and Mexicans.
That
How
way.
does the United States? I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, that was a pause there, but I don't know if this clip directly continues. But
Well, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well,
saying your name.
I use
Connor-
a pseudonym online,
Fair enough.
but
Connor,
fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but
who
who picks the order?
these guys are desperate for the monarchy to come back. He would have loved it in England. He would love it in England. Trust me, we love the monarchy here. Just come over, bro. Just come back. Come back to Europe.
frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards.
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that.
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do
that's the
know?
whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to
Carl
kill
ma-
everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes this
supporters.
point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the
you-
Nazi
yeah,
theoretician.
absolutely. I don't.
Jesus Christ, man. This is, thinking that we're going to be on the right side of it. Like, Hitler didn't kill his own, black shirts. Or was it the brown shirt? Sorry. When he got more power, like, bro, like, you'd be one of the brown shirts. You're not Waffen SS, bro. You're not SS material. You're one of the fascist thugs that gets him into power, and then he gets you in the light of long knives.
care.
Are you a
Who
fan of
ca-
the Nazis?
I don't. I frankly don't care being called a Nazi. At
I didn't
all.
say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that.
It was a lot more like they tolerated them to a point, and then when the priests started getting more involved, they did persecute them a lot more.
But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
This look here.
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and stuff
may
like
have
that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
But,
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
hey, what can I say?
I think you could say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Come on, bro. There's no you're on camera. This clip has got 3.6 million views just on this person's tweet alone, and you admit to being a fascist. Like, this is honestly, some people don't get shamed enough in this world. The fact you can hide on the internet is just these are the sorts of people that can be lurking behind screens.
Who's clapping? 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping, just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking
Yeah, 3.6.
out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
And that's why this guy lost his job, apparently.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats. They didn't care.
What?
Fat cats. They were that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The parties.
No, that's not why they won. Like, bro, like you're rewriting history here. The reason why like people like Hitler won in Germany was because of massive economic problems combined with a huge fear of communism, along with a load of the Reichstag fire and things like that. Like that's why he won. It wasn't because of the people's will, idiot. It was mostly because of massive economic instability, which he exploited. Mussolini just marched on the capital, I believe, with a bunch of fascists, and the Italians kind of no, we can't really do much about this.
Enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats. They didn't care.
Are you in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco
If
earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped.
Condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really care about being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a Nazi. Is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
you
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco supporter.
Well, yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole thing.
And you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in democracy.
What are you doing here at a televised debate? This is democracy. I want to debate and disagree.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Hitler did. He didn't believe in the democratic system, but he knew he had to participate in it in order to overthrow the German government. So it's like that for some of these people, where they will get involved in democracy because it's their only way of really seizing power. It's the easiest way to seize power, really, when you think about it.
Speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win. Again, I mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment we're in is that you guys are so open about it.
The whole reason I mentioned I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction. Even liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to.
And the thing is, they enact protections for people like you, Bozo, because one of the big weaknesses in liberalism is that it gives you free speech, and it gives free speech to bozos like this who want to get rid of it. That's one of the biggest weaknesses in kind of free speech ideology, in classic liberalism, I guess.
Punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me. Just that simple.
Fucking guy applauding this.
What is that?
Quite.
Yeah, he got fired. Apparently, my name's Connor. I was recently shown in the Jubilee episode, so unfortunately I was subsequently released from my job. I'm raising money as an emergency fund for other expenses until I get a new job. Unfortunately, voicing fully legal traditional right wing. I mean, I would not say that it's legal for us that you want to get rid of democracy. These are very far right political views. This is cancel culture and political discrimination. Well, he made about 16k, almost 16k. So yeah, just wow. He actually did get fired as well. So a company I'm not too familiar with, VUp. We made aware today, deeply disturbing video circulating on social media involving our now former contractor at VUp. We want to be absolutely clear: VUp condemns any form of hate speech. And so they fired him effectively. People like this exist because he was never shoved in a locker for being such a loser. I don't know about that, but the guy's a loser.
My name's Connor.
And there's more to discuss here.
Shot in the head by Israeli snipers. Israeli snipers not responsible for that. Gaza in the head. Shot in the head by Israeli snipers. Israeli snipers not responsible for that.
Look,
it's a simple question.
Here's the problem.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in Gaza in the head, as eyewitness testimony and doctors' testimony proves, that's not the fault of the Israeli snipers.
This is the problem, because when you have the
problem is you won't answer the question. I'll ask you a third time. When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
Well, you gotta let me finish.
No, you gotta answer the question. Fourth time.
Well,
when Israeli snipers.
Yeah, I don't think these guys did their research on Mehdi Hassan, because Yeah, you know, when it comes to asking a question and not getting an answer, he's a serious dude on that.
Get to
Shoot
your answer.
Palestinian children in the head.
I will get to your
We're
answer.
running out of time. I need to know what you think about innocent children.
because I will
what
get
you
your-
said was pretty outrageous. You said
I will
so-called
get to your answer.
innocent Palestinians. For the 5th time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, is that not the fault of Israeli
What did those
snipers?
children do?
What did
they
you
do?
tell me? Did the children deserve to be shot in the head?
Because the problem is,
you know,
over there,
millions of people are watching you say
they
to
start
justify the
brainwashing
killing of
children. They start brainwashing children at a very young age.
So you support sniping children in Gaza?
Look,
do other people here support sniping children in Gaza? Is that a conservative position now?
Oh my god, even this bozo's like, no. Even this guy, you've lost this guy.
What if they're wearing a suicide vest?
They weren't.
But what if they are?
They're not, though.
What
Dozens
if
of
they
children.
are?
Oh my god, this is the Joe Rogan argument. Imagine if they were though. You know, then would it be justified like this guy?
I have friends who went there. Doctors went to Gaza. American doctors. They came back as we were multiple children.
What if
with
they're
gunshot
hell-bent?
shots.
What if they're
What if they're
hell-bent
not?
on killing you and your family?
Children. By the way, he's discussing.
A 10-year-old child, an 8-year-old child, a 6-year-old child.
Because
This is
like
bad
you said,
for you.
like you
You're
said,
sitting on
they're
live
brainwashing
television
them.
where millions of people are going to see your neighbors, your
Because
friends.
then millions
you support
of people,
the killing of
millions
children.
of people don't know what's going on.
Even your fellow right-wingers are saying, "Don't go this far." White genocide, sure, but don't advocate
Millions of
killing
people
kids.
don't understand the brainwashing that is going on in Islamic Republic and in Palestine.
It makes sense actually. This guy's he's an Iranian. He left Iran. He probably maybe he's a refugee, or maybe he grew up hating the Iranian regime. Probably hates a lot of Arab people in the Middle East, to be fair. So this makes sense from this guy.
To create
You're
this
obsessed
hatred
with Iran so much that you're supporting the killing of Palestinian children who never harmed you or any other Israeli. That's insane.
Look,
Yeah, that's a good place to end it. I mean, man got absolutely cooked. This guy got it the worst, I think. But you know, it makes sense because he's a bozo. Like, yeah. First of all, like, you don't want to mess with Mehdi Hassan. Like, he's one of the best at debating around. Like, in terms of interviews and things like that, he's one of the best. Like, genuinely, like. And so they sent in a bunch of, probably, these aren't university students, but yeah, a bunch of clowns who probably live in echo chambers, had to go against a real bad man, and they got absolutely smoked. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see if I can find the full video for this. Maybe I'll do like a review on a live stream of the full section. And we'll just absolutely collectively lose our brains together. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.